Vishwajit Rane is with us, Health Minister. Thanks very much indeed, Vishwajit, for joining us. Congratulations to you, Vishwajit. Just tell us about that, because
thank you, Srinivasan. Thank
you know, the sense that a lot of us got, and I have to confess that even when I was there, the perception was that the race was narrowing towards the end. The Congress was kind of resurgent, but that's not that. It didn't play out like that. It's the BJP now virtually, on its own.
Srinivasan, if you look at the situation of Goa and also the surveys that were coming out and the polls of polls, there was a perception that was being created that Congress is in the reckoning and Congress is going to actually form the government in the state of Goa. But if you actually see that the vote bank and the vote base of the BJP has remained intact, and people like Aam Aadmi Party coming in, TMC coming in, and Congress did not do a lot of work on the ground. While the BJP, through our Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji and the infrastructure money that was spent in the state of Goa, I think the people have appreciated this fact, and our vote base and vote share has also increased. But if you look at the situation of the Congress today, in 2017, from 17, they have come down to 11, while we have moved on to achieving about 20 seats on our own. So this is the situation as far as Goa is concerned. The people have stayed with the BJP, and the BJP voters have not shifted. But while there has been a split in the other vote share of the Congress party between the AAP, Trinamool, Revolutionary Goans and the Congress. So I think that's an important factor to look at.
Okay.
So Rane, thank you again very much for joining us, and many congratulations. It's an amazing victory, because also like UP, Goa went through a lot of COVID problems. It affected your tourism, especially people from abroad, but you fought back, and after a terrible economic upheaval that you've just faced because of external factors, you've still come back. What
Yes,
new are you going to do in Goa? What are its basic problems which you couldn't address in the first, in your last tenure, and you will change now?
So actually, if you, the Honorable Prime Minister has already made a commitment to the people of Goa, where a large amount of money for coastal infrastructure will be given so that we can attract high-end tourists. During COVID, though other places were suffering as far as tourism is concerned, and we are a tourism related state, we found a lot of people coming into and shifting residences to Goa. And there was a short period where the industry suffered, and bounced back also at the same speed. And if we get a lot of money and coastal road infrastructure, coastal infrastructure is improved, and we are in a better position, what we could not do in the last term, and several other such projects like road infrastructure is already being improved, and also our airport is going to be ready in another year or so. And I think this coastal infrastructure and a fund for the coastal projects, which the Honorable Prime Minister has already committed, I think we will be able to attract and raise the level of tourism in the state of Goa. Goa requires marinas, Goa requires several other infrastructure on lines of Singapore, and I think Goa being a small state, and if we are able to offer something different to the tourists, Goa will be able to do well, and I think we will be able to increase the number of people coming to the state of Goa and offer a lot much better and better quality tourism in the state of Goa.
First of all, Sir Rane, just tell us what's going to happen. How are events going to unfold over the next 2 or 3 days in Goa? Are you going to go with 23 people, 25 people? How many MLAs have you got on your side now? I know you won 20, but many may be joining you because the momentum is with you, right?
Yeah, so we just had a meeting today with Shri Fadnavis and several other leaders from who were here and looking after the elections in Goa. Yeah. Already 3 independents have given their letter of support to the Bharatiya Janata Party, and the Maharashtravadi Gomantak Party also has given the letter of support to the party. So we have got, and there was a press conference also held today evening. So we are about 25. So they will take appropriate decisions, since there is no hurry to go to the governor, because they will decide on all the modalities and then stake claim to form the government, because we have got absolute majority now with about 25 members with us.
And if you wait a couple of more days, that may go to 30 also, right?
He's
Because
laughing.
the momentum is with you. Is there any signs that others will also kind of may join you?
From your former party.
No, no such thing was discussed. No such thing was discussed today, because the BJP has got absolute majority now with the letters of support, and I think we will be in a better position to give a very stable government to the people of Goa.
Right, but Vishwajit, before you go, I have to ask you this, and in a sense, this also speaks to Rita Joshi ji, that both of you say that the Congress is terrible, the BJP is the place to be, but this is what we were saying earlier, that it's not so much Congress Mukt Bharat, but BJP Yukt Congress, that you have so many of you from the Congress crossing into the BJP. I mean, the Goa BJP is basically full of ex-congressmen like yourself.
No, Rita ji is a senior, is a very senior leader, and I have had a very good experience and working at the grassroots here in the Bharatiya Janata Party. It's totally a disciplined party, and if, like what she said, is that Congress has totally lost connect with the people, and that's obvious with the results in the state of Goa.
Okay.
And also, just working for specific elections or getting some candidates on board who are financially strong is not going to help. Continuous working like a simple karyakarta and being in touch with the grassroots on a regular basis, irrespective whether there is an election or no election. And there's a different way of working style in the Bharatiya Janata Party. Now we have got into the system, we know how to work, and we know how to win the elections also. But it requires a lot of discipline. While Congress, I feel, has lost total connect, and I, like Rita ji said, it's the family alone cannot get votes for the party. It is the work at the grassroots and getting the people together which is very much required.
All right.